Let me explain.
Read the book. Read the book. Read the book. Come on. Read the book. Read the book. Read the book. Come on. It's in the comics. That's all you people know, man. All right, let's have a look at the Supergirl teaser trailer. I'm going to mute some parts so I can avoid the copyright claim with the music and whatnot. I've already seen it. Just going to rewatch it with you guys.
Nice.
I'm just going to let you guys know I'm not a fan.
But why?
The way they introduce her at the end of the Superman movie, poor way to introduce your character. I guess you could say that's a way to give a heads up to the audience as to what to expect when it's her movie coming out next year. Either way, that's not how I would have introduced someone like her. I don't even think they should have introduced her just yet. I feel we should have at least gotten 2 Superman movies first, then the Supergirl introduction. But whatever's going on behind the scenes, I don't know. I don't care.
Damn.
I've heard that James Gunn is not in charge of this, meaning he didn't direct or write this story.
Yes.
When I watched the trailer the first time, it felt like it was a James Gunn's project. And it felt like it had the vibe of the Guardians of the Galaxy as well, the first one. So I don't know whether James Gunn is part of it, or he's given notes, or he's given some tips here and there, shoot it like this or give this vibe. How can you say he's not writing or directing? And yet everyone who's seen it so far, based on the reactions that I've seen, everyone's saying Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the first thing that I thought. I feel my most enjoyed, and that's saying something, my most enjoyed depiction of Supergirl was in Batman Apocalypse, or is it, I don't know how it's titled, Batman Superman Apocalypse, and the Supergirl on the DC TV show. What's it called? CW. Yeah. And even that, I didn't even watch from beginning to end, meaning, you know, finish the whole season. The Flash, however, I watched every season, every episode.
Nice.
Every season, every episode. Whereas the Supergirl, I caught, you know, glimpses here and there, and I wasn't also a fan of the Arrow show, the Arrowverse either. But I fully enjoyed and appreciated what they did with the Flash. For me personally, I know there's some seasons that didn't really work, some episodes that didn't really work, but as an overall package, it was done well for my liking, for my taste. Now, when DC did the Flash movie with Andy Muschietti, that movie is absolute garbage.
He ain't lying.
But he's also kicking ass on the Welcome to Derry show so far. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the guy is skilled in horror or skilled in creepiness and whatnot, and shouldn't touch superhero movies whatsoever. Now this one, however, let me just even put my hands up and say I'm not the target audience.
But why?
I'm looking forward to seeing a very, very good portrayal of the character. Everyone so far who I've seen reaction for the trailer is saying, oh, they're sticking to the comic book, the very popular Supergirl comic book.
What does that mean?
We don't fully know if they're sticking to the exact story beat for beat. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to change, remove, leave in the comics, what they're going to add to or spice it up. We don't know. How much percentage have they done to adapt the comic books to the live action? Even some people I've seen online are like, yo, they're saying they're adapting, but a few things don't look right. And it's a teaser trailer, so they don't want to, you know, fully invest into the whole thing just yet. Even though right at the end of the trailer itself, they showed, okay, for reference, this is the comic book we're pulling references from for this movie. I don't even know why they have to do that. I find that really, it's just slightly odd. Here's our teaser trailer, just to give you guys a heads up. Here's the comic book we're referencing. Okay, but how much of the comic book? How much of the comic book are you referencing? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% or 100%? You can market it to that audience who's already read the comic book, but we, the regular people, as long as your movie is kosher enough, meaning across the board, people who haven't read the comics, who don't read comics, who don't mind comics, who don't like comics, but love the live action portrayal of these characters. There's some people who actually love the cartoons and don't read the comics.
Right.
That's just how some people are built. Some people prefer the comics, don't like the cartoons. There's different varying levels of all these people.
Willingly? Yes.
But as long as your story across the board is palatable to people who don't watch the cartoons, read the comics, don't even know about the comic, but they're aware of Supergirl enough to say, she's like Superman. Oh, she's his cousin? Cool, I'll go and watch it.
That's what I'm talking about. It's showtime.
This first part, I didn't even understand what was going on here. Crypto starts the record player. All right, let me mute real quick. Then he pees on the freaking newspaper.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time.
Some people probably giggled and laughed and found it funny. I I personally don't understand what that.
I don't know what that means.
Is Crypto intelligent enough to know he's peeing on a newspaper with his owner's family or relative on the cover? Is there anywhere else to pee? Like, is there a dog bowl somewhere? It's weird. Let me take it back again. Is there somewhere else he could have peed in?
Does not compute.
I don't know why he has to lick the bottle, because he can clearly use his paw to just hit the. I should title this Supergirl trailer teaser trailer reaction nitpicking. Some things don't visually make sense. You're trying to portray a character or creature a particular way, and maybe this is my neurodivergent brain just on 100 at maximum. Why not just tap? I think it shows that this creature is intelligent enough to just tap the needle, because it clearly wants to do that. It's licking the bottle. Whatever, man. Or it wanted to drink. It wanted to drink the alcohol, whatever that is, the soda pop. This is the first shot we're getting of the trailer. Before we see Kara or whatever her name is, this is the first clip. We introduced the first teaser trailer for Supergirl's movie with Crypto.
That's what the problem was.
And I keep hearing people saying, oh, the story is a sad story. Story from the comic books is, it's emotional, is this, is that. Cool. If you want us, the people who haven't read the comics, who don't have any desire or interest to read the comics, and we shouldn't have to be forced or made to read it or heavily suggested, it makes sense when you read the comics, because that way you will like the movie. It's a story you're telling. And it's a retelling or an adaptation of the story from the comic books. So which one is best to take in the story or to get a better... If you're adapting something, do you need me to read it?
Well, duh.
Can I still enjoy the movie and get all the emotional weight of what Supergirl is experiencing and all the other characters she comes in contact with who are good characters, and the trauma, whatever is in here? Will I get that sense 100% from this movie without having to read the book? I don't understand why the first visual cue we're getting of this movie is Crypto again. Why, even though James Gunn has nothing to do with this in terms of writing and directing, why is it we're still getting the same dog shot? I don't, and he's peeing. It's like for me, it just felt like it's a tongue-in-cheek inside joke, because I didn't like the Superman movie.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
So is there beef between Superman and his cousin?
I don't know.
Is this a real thing, or is this an in-world joke for us, the viewers? Like, what's going on here?
Don't ask questions.
He must be aware that this being has some form of bond, connection, or relation to its owner. So to pee on this paper, what are you telling the eyes right now, people who are watching this? What are we supposed to not even take from it? Because we can take whatever we think is going on. What are you telling us? Visual translation right now. First thing we're seeing is a dog, liquid. Is feeling like Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's peeing on a Superman image in a newspaper where Superman is there and Kara is right there to the far right there. So he understands context. He knows this is a newspaper. He knows this is something people read for information. Is that how smart Crypto is? He just happens to pee on, so there's no dog bowl. And oh my God.
Daddy, chill. You managed to get most of it on the paper this time.
I don't know what I'm supposed to receive from this, because it just looks visually annoying. It just looks like someone has beef.
What do you mean by that?
I wouldn't feel comfortable having like a dog, and my brother has printed t-shirts, and then my brother's face is on these t-shirts, and it's like a Comic-Con event. He's promoting his new comic for the Comic-Con event, and he's side by side with the comic character he's created, and my dog is peeing on the t-shirt with my brother's face on it, side by side with his new comic book character he's created. I would not like that. Granted, the t-shirt and newspaper are two different things. But I use the t-shirt, for example, because his image, Superman's image is on the newspaper. Now, are there other books out there that in the apartment she's in where Krypto's peed on?
You serious?
I wonder if Kryptonian dog pee smells like regular dog pee smells.
Hey, yo, what the?
A pet in the house peeing on my carpet is where I draw the line.
You ain't lying.
Maybe it's a Muzungu thing, I don't know. But a dog peeing inside the space and your whatever, man. There's a reason why she can't spend time to train the dog properly. Again, it's part of the story. She's, traumatized, losing Krypton, her family. Anyway, let's continue, man. Let me put the volume down. I don't want no copyright strike on this thing. It's even feeling like Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel as well.
That's right.
That film too was, boy. So this is her dealing with the trauma. It's her birthday. She's 23 now, I think. I think she's turned 23. And the breakdowns that I've seen when they released when she cameoed at the end of Superman, everyone's saying the story is basically she goes to a planet where they have red sun so she can drink and get drunk because red sun weakens Kryptonian DNA compared to yellow sun that gives them the superpowers. And I guess that's her own way of dealing with the loss of her parents, family, loved ones, Krypton, everything compiled into one, and not having someone to help her grieve, I guess, or to not having a companion she can be with outside of Krypton, having a humanoid companion she can talk to, someone that can relate to what she's gone through. The disco ball threw me off for a second. I was like, is this Earth or is this another planet where their culture is similar to humans with a disco ball? But again, that's probably a James Gunn's thing. I don't care. Certain things just visually pull you out of the experience this world is trying to give you. I don't understand the disco ball thing in another planet or on another planet, but maybe there are other planets out there that are similar to Earth where we share similarities,
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in the day?
Damn.
I think this is where some part of Krypton gets taken and she was part of this. I don't know.
What was it like to lose everything in the day?
Krypton didn't die in a day.
So Krypton didn't die in a day. So I imagine, I don't even know what that means. That's the only intriguing part. And I wonder if they'll spend enough healthy time on that sadness or on that flashback to see how these people try to do their best in this enclosed area.
That's a good question.
Anyway, let's continue.
The gods are not that kind.
So I wonder if they know who or what she is as a Kryptonian because they have guns pointed. And if that's the case, I wonder if they're aware that, she's only strong when she's around the yellow sun. So they've all tracked her down to a planet where it has a red sun, hence the guns. Because you have to spice up the being chased by people who she owes money or who she has a bounty on her head. I don't know. There's a bunch of people. And I wonder how many people have tried to kill her or tried to capture her or tried to defeat her. And those people are aware that, these people who are here are aware of those people who have lost, who have failed, who have tried, who have died. So I'm only assuming for you to be here with guns aimed at her like this, you have to be in a place where she's weak. Otherwise, the attempt on her life would be incompetent. Or they're all packing some forms of kryptonite. And because we know Lobo is featured, Lobo is in the movie, we also know, I'm also aware that Lobo is the one alien species that can go toe-to-toe with the Kryptonian, yellow sun or not, pink sun or purple sun, whatever color sun that makes him super strong. I'm aware enough that Lobo's species are the only species, or one of the only species, I assume, that can go toe-to-toe without breaking a sweat. So that's going to be cool to see, but eventually it would make sense that she has to end up on a planet where it's a yellow sun. So I wonder how much time they'll spend in the movie doing the whole drunk, alcohol, partying, trying to drink your troubles away. I get it. I'm not going to throw shade at that. It's just how well you balance it and how well you do it so it's relatable to the audience. Even though some of us who be in the audience, we don't drink. We don't know what it feels like to drink or to drink our troubles away. We have other vices, but drinking isn't one of it. But as long as we can get the sense of, I can see why she's doing it. If I was in her shoes, I would do the exact same thing or worse. I get it. We're with her in that emotional place. And then, we let the vibe settle or the feeling settle. But eventually after that part is done, we're still going to need the action. We're still going to need to be intelligent. We're still going to need smart dialogue, clean dialogue. And I imagine they're still going to do some stupid crypto nonsense. You start your trailer with a dog peeing on Superman's face. It's the weirdest. My brain still can't comprehend why you would do that.
Let me explain.
If you establish that they already had beef at the end of Superman movie, that makes sense.
Get this man shit.
I mean, she called him bitch, but they're family members who truly love each other and call each other bitches.
You serious?
Hey, that's what it is. But to have your dog pee.
He ain't lying.
We, the viewers, were seeing Crypto pee on a Superman image. I don't know what message what kind of messaging that is. It's strange.
Nice.
Now, if we all know that the director who did Supergirl has some major issues and beef with James Gunn and the Superman movie, then it makes sense, instant sense, that you'd have the same crypto pee on the Superman. Then we'd be like, oh, it's director's, tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, he doesn't really like Superman movie, hence the dog peeing. We get it. But I have zero idea about anything going on in DC that there's no, it's not a trending thing. By the way, the director who's in charge of this movie, director and writer, wherever it is, the whole team don't like the Superman movie that James Gunn did. So hence the little insert of crypto peeing on the Superman newspaper. I can just about hear someone in the comment section, why are you still harping on about that clip? It's just what?
Daddy, chill.
It's just what? It's just humor. Humor where? It's in the comics. That's all they know. It's in the comics. It's in the comics. Crypto peed on the Superman comic. Superman newspaper in the comics. It's in the read the book. That's all you people know is read the book. Read the book. That's all you people know. It's in the comics. It's in the comics. It's the lore. It's all you know. Huh? You're visually giving us a sense of what this movie is going to be about. This is your way of saying, before, you might have heard things, you might have watched things on YouTube. This is our marketing. No, this, no, that. This is us telling you why we are welcoming you to see this movie. The first thing you open the trailer with, it's strange.
You keep talking, man.
But it's in the comics. In the comics? Comics, read the comic, read it. Read the comics, Jedi, read. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Just shut up, man. You people bore me.
Hit him with the chopper, that's the rat trap.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna mute that music. Thank you very much, sweetheart.
Yes.
So that's one of the villains in this movie. I guess I'm not here to praise or mock his looks. Whatever, cool. I know Lobo's in here as well. Doesn't show up yet. I hope this girl gets to do something with that sword because she's carrying that thing around for a reason. So unless she's trying to do, I'm here to kill this one person with this one sword, I guess. But I hope she does something because she's featured in the trailer a lot. And there's a scene where it looks like Crypto is hurt or he's, I won't say dying. He's hurt or sleeping. Well, he's tired. Maybe he fought so hard, so he's tired. So this is the part of the clip again where I've seen other people break it down. They were saying there's a particular planet she's on where the sun cycle, switches between red and yellow. And I was like, it's quite specific. But if you're following the comics, maybe that's what it is in the comics. Maybe she ends up on a planet where there are two suns and it goes through phases every hour or so, every 30 minutes. As long as you find a creative way to suppress the powers for some time. But I feel since you've already got Lobo in the movie, Lobo is the only one that can go toe to toe with the Kryptonian without breaking his sweat, then you'd have to make sure that part of the fight scene or where the action is between Supergirl and Lobo, it has to be on a yellow sun planet. I don't know how much I can take with this yo-yo of red sun and yellow sun. I don't know how much. I'm here for the emotional up and down she's going through. What it feels like to lose your home to this machine. And I don't even know if she's going to chase after Brainiac or the Brainiac just disappear and she was separated from the... See, I'm intrigued in that sense. But does she have a plan for revenge? Is she tracking Brainiac? Is she finding a way to look for him? How powerful is he? Has she tried to face off with him before and she got her ass beat? Has he tried to capture her and she escaped?
Good question.
These are the things you could have easily showed in your first freaking clip. Not a dog peeing on a Superman newspaper. It's weird. I'm just trying to figure out. You can clearly see. You have eyes. You know who that person is. He looked after you. You fought with him and you peed on him.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Why do we have that shot?
What does that mean?
Why is that shot needed or why is it necessary?
What do you mean by that?
Who is that shot for? Because that shot is going to be in the movie. So what's that shot there for? That dog isn't real. So that's the CGI rendering. You've rendered this animal. That's money. You've paid people to render this creature who's not real. So what is that shot? Why is it necessary to have Crypto P on Superman newspaper? Sometimes when I see the red, I wonder if that's an indication of the red sun planet she's on compared to when we see certain shots where it's yellow sun. It depends, but this is just me speculating based on what I've seen online. I have zero clue of the comic, zero clue of the story they're pulling from. I'm just going by what I've seen visually. I mean, there's one scene we see her flying in her costume, so that's obviously going to be the end when you come to the realization, like a Neo moment. Am I the one? I'm not the one. Cool. Then you come to that self-realization, even though she's already powerful. If she's deliberately going to red sun planets, she's aware of her powers. Not like she's unlocking her powers. Oh, I've got laser beam. So how aware of her powers is she compared to Superman? Is she learning? Is she if she was to go toe to toe with Superman right now without the red sun drinking, can she kick his ass? Is she stronger than Superman? As strong as Superman? So what stage in her growth are we at? Year 2, year 3, year 4? Has she been on different planets where she's saved lives, she's helped people? So again, there's a little intrigue. Okay, she must not be the hero like Superman is. So then how has she amassed the amount of people who are chasing her in this trailer? Has she done bad things? Has she hurt people? Has she killed people deliberately? Has she been mean? Has she been cruel?
That's a good question.
It'd be cool if you flipped some of the scenes in your trailer with those little, hints of that. Not a dog peeing on Superman. What the I need to see that for?
You don't understand.
Maybe have one guy say, thanks to you, my parents didn't survive. You thought you were helping, but you were not helping.
Damn.
So she's trying to do the hero thing on other planets than Earth, because it's like it's a no-brainer. Well, Earth already has one Kryptonian. Why do you need me there? I'll go do my thing somewhere else and be useful somewhere else. You know?
That boy is good.
Maybe she tried it, it didn't work, and then, it triggered something in her psyche that reminded her of Krypton or Andor, wherever her city is, and she goes into this, loop of drinking and suppressing whatever, man. So this is a Lobo shot. Oh, damn, that was pretty quick. Blinking, you miss it, right?
Yes.
Come on, slowly. Even here now, I don't even know. This is from what I'm saying, where the planet has this weird sun. You see the yellow sun-ish energy there. I don't know what this green is about. Let's see if we can catch Lobo. That's the only shot. Come on. There. Hey. That's close enough. Yeah. Who's their tailor? Who's sewing these costumes? So the mother sewed Superman's costume on Earth, and she sewed the same costume for Kara as well.
Well, duh.
I wonder what kind of needle they use for Kryptonian textile.
I don't know.
Because Kryptonian fabric would differ from Earth fabric. So what needle do they use? Do they have Kryptonian needle as well? Do they have a Kryptonian sewing machine? This is the only shot that made me, this shot and the dog shot made me say, no, I gotta record a reaction to this and just piss all over it. I don't care for this movie.
You serious?
There's a little intrigue, but that doesn't mean I care for the movie or the story. As long as they do it well, and I don't have any faith. These days, zero faith. Zero faith in any studio that says they want to do this and do that. Everyone wants to do their own fling, their own little thing.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Do you? But you will not catch me excited.
Come on, son.
I'm currently setting up my Patreon to do some watch reactions for the DC animated movies because I prefer those, most of those, than the live action stuff.
That's right.
Let's catch this clip because this clip didn't make no sense to me. She's doing some Supergirl thing, tearing everybody apart. Nobody's jumping. Nobody's dashing behind. I don't know if this is in slow-mo or she's doing it at normal speed or she's doing it so fast that they don't have enough time to react to her swinging whatever the hell she's swinging. Look, you can see her right here at this part, yeah? You can see her swinging whatever she's swinging. You can see all the bodies getting tossed in the air. She must have started here because homeboy is still standing. This dude is still standing still. Or maybe this person is her friend, so she's not going to hit it. But you can tell she's already gone past here. Look at these two jackasses running towards her. What do you hope to do by running? This is as bad as that Sisu nonsense. What do you hope to do? You're seeing this entity, this being, smack almost everybody in a circular motion, clockwise. And by the time you get close, she's going to get to your location. This is what I mean when people direct things, this visual, oh my goodness. What world are we in, man? How can you be two bad guys, two intelligent beings? Oh shit. People are I'm hearing excuses in my head. It's like I'm making up excuses for people in the comments. How can you be in this space? You've seen this being, girl or boy, male or female, just smash like 4 or 5 bodies in the air with this metal thing, and you're both running towards her. That's why I said by the time this thing has gone clockwise to reach a particular level, no one has jumped. These two should be throwing missiles. At this point, if you are aware of what she is, you've thrown a bomb, a grenade, and nothing has scratched her. That's why I said this team that's chasing her better have a kryptonite on their person, each of them. Otherwise, it's going to be boring action. Now, if you said Brainiac was here, that would have been sexy. But saying Lobo is here because I keep hearing online Lobo is the only one alien species that can go toe to toe with the supercharged Kryptonian. Then that's why we get to see the power scale properly. But this is visually boring. Now, when the superpower being like Superman or Supergirl fights on screen, if you're going toe to toe with someone who's as good as you, it's sweeter to enjoy. But prior to that fight, that's supposed to be your main fight, right? Prior to that, if you're going against machines, androids, intelligent machines, it's sweet because we get to see that your cannon fodder. We get to see that, but we get to see this is also a way to display your main character's super skills and abilities and gifts and talents and whatnot. For sure, no wahala, no problemo. No problemo, but please don't let them go against dumb, incompetent creatures who all look humanoid or look human. I don't even know what planet this is that they all seem human. These things are boring. You can get away with all these things in a cartoon. That's why animations are sweeter, because you got more time to play. When you do these visual things, it's so static. Why are they running towards her? Look. They didn't see that coming? No one is jumping. No one has got a rocket pack on to say, let me move to the left, to the right, to the side, or to the back. Nothing, or even move upwards. How do you run into that? Look, 3 of them. This one, this jackass here, and this one too. My goodness. I don't understand that. And this is going to be in the movie, unless they're gonna take it out and edit it. This is going to be in the movie. So I don't even know what level of humor is going to be in this movie. 50% humor, 70% humor, 85% humor, 20% humor. As long as the emotional beat as well is healthy, meaning is a substantial amount of emotional what do you call it? Roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. Range. Is it range? I don't even know what word I'm looking for. As long as we get to sit in the pain, we get to feel what she's feeling. She's angry, we feel the anger. She's sad, we feel the sadness. She's pissed off and we feel it. Basically, we feel the trauma and we connect. We can relate and connect to enough on a soft, basic level, because none of us have lost our loved ones the way she would have. None of us have a super android who wants to capture a city. But at least as long as we can connect and relate enough, then that's gravy. And as long as they don't downplay the emotional beats with crypto peeing in somebody's mouth or some shit like that, or peeing in somebody's drink.
Damn.
So when there's a sad bit, let it settle. Let it simmer. Yeah, let it simmer, and then switch to the next scene. Let the transition be smooth. Not some sad stuff and then let's get it in. Oh, then humor, dog peeing in your mouth. Ooh, tastes like ice cream. Cut, all that shit needs to be cut out. But this is me just yapping for the sake of yapping. They've already done and edited the movie. They're just showing us clips of the movie in form of a trailer or teaser.
That's right.
But this typical James Gunn trope or DC trope, you will say what you don't want, they will give you what you don't want, and they will expect you to give them money. Now they want to say they are selling to Netflix or Paramount, or Netflix won't release movies in cinema anymore. It's not going to be on TV. All you people do is yap. They're going to do what they're going to do. When we are tired collectively of the bullshit, then we'll start to ask the questions, where does true power lie?
That's a good question.
In the masses or the studios? If you continue to release tripe movies and people continue to watch tripe movies and pay money for it, nobody should be confused as to what's going on when things are done. One last time, where does the power lie? In the masses or in the studio? That's me done. Now type away in the comment section and say it's in the comic books. This is a dull trailer. This doesn't make me feel excited, full of joy, looking forward to it. And I'm not even in the mood to do any sign out at this point. I'm just whatever. Just sat down and wasted my whole time watching this nonsense, and now I got to sit down and record my reaction. And then when they watch the reaction, oh, you're just a bitter person, or you don't like James Gunn, that's why. Just shut up. You people, it's like YouTube finds these rats and sends them my way.
Wow, you are mean.
You want me to come to the cinema to watch your movie, and the first clip you show me of your teaser trailer is a dog peeing on a newspaper with the image of the main character in your previous movie that I personally didn't like. Whatever, man.